everyone, and welcome back to the Gen Con stream. We are playing Trouble Brewing today with a Marionette on the script, also known as Strings Pulling. It should be a good time. We have a lovely Scapegoat in town. Birdie is traveling in today as the Scapegoat because he has to leave in... Oh no, am I muted? Let me sort that out in that case. Can people hear me? Yes, no, maybe? Oh, okay, great, cool. People are messing with me. People lie in this game, whatever, it's fine. Cool, I am always panicking about whether or not this is like the similar vibes. This is the difference between me and Ben, is that Ben Burns will be like, oh, everything's fine. I'm talking about beer, and I'll be like, I'm panicking because I'm the Marionette. You know, I'm panicking because I'm muted, and everyone's fine. Cool, yes, and Amy has, one of Amy's kittens, it's her last day, and so it's been a big point of discussion in our pre-stream venture. So at any rate, we have kittens, we have Clocktower, we have a Marionette, maybe. We'll see how it goes. We're actually at 10 players because we've got 10 plus a Traveler, and so in terms of setup, I earlier was like, oh, it'd be really fun to give a drunk chef a 1 and not have a Marionette, but I don't think we're gonna have a drunk unless we have a Baron. So we will see. Let's do a setup. Obviously, we have our one and only imp, in spite of the fact that Richie did spend a not insignificant portion of this morning trying to convince me that we should run TB plus a Marionette plus Little Monster. Yeah, not doing that for now. But we do have a lovely imp. I think I want a Poisoner, because I think I want to run a normal TB and just not have a Marionette at all, but do a lot of Marionette paranoia. And I think a Poisoner will help with that because they can tactically poison. The other, oh, I can make myself louder. Let's see. One of these is my volume, and we will figure it out. Oh, I can't make myself louder. That's as loud as my volume goes. I'll just be loud. It's fine. I did karaoke last night, and I may or may not be slightly losing my voice. So yeah, let's put some things in. I actually think maybe I want a Poisoner and a Baron. I wasn't gonna put in a Baron, but I've changed my mind, because I think if we put in a Baron, we can put in a Recluse, and then the people who are neighboring the Recluse will think that they're the Marionette, and that will be amazing. So, yeah, great, we're doing it. A Recluse and a Drunk. Everyone will meta this, and I do not care. Let's see. The other fun thing that we could do is put in a Librarian, and have them see the drunk. I think I want a chef, because again, we're like, this setup is gonna be all about stoking the Marionette paranoia without there actually being one in the game. One of my favorite things about the Marionette is just how much paranoia changes the way that people are considering worlds and how they're playing the game. So yeah, super stoked to see. I think where we actually put like the drunk themselves will change depending on how the tokens fall, but I'm okay with that. Let's put in a fortune teller because they'll be able to ping off of that Recluse or not, among other things, which will be fun. I think a fortune teller getting a no on the Recluse would, like, if I were that fortune teller, I would have so much Marionette paranoia. So I think I'm keen on that. Let's not have a virgin because that is something that confirms that that person isn't the Marionette. I think let's have a mayor. Marionette is just like a fun thing to say, besides being an actually really cool and really useful game mechanic. Ooh, Undertaker. I do always love an Undertaker on TV with a Marionette, because I think having the Marionette as an option of a thing to show is really fun and really useful. And then I think I want a Raven Keeper, even though if they pick the imp, like that's gonna be rough, but I'm okay with that. Raven Keeper's a townsfolk. It often feels like the Raven Keeper ability is you exist in town and then you get killed on final 3. And so I like the potential for the Raven Keeper to be, you know, actually game-changing and useful. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give Investigator as a bluff, because like half the time that I run this, I put in an Investigator and I have them see the Marionette on just like 2 people who are not neighboring people. And I like the idea of giving Investigator, letting the evil team run with that and decide how they're going to push it forward. They could choose to have seen a Baron. They could have choose to see a Marionette. I think they have options. And I like leaving empath out because empath and chef together tend to be quite strong. So yeah, I think I'm keen on this as our setup. And let's see who gets what. Oh, this is already brilliant. Oh no! So sadly, our recluse is in an area where no marionette paranoia will happen, but it could be really, really, really fun given where Daniel is located. Oh god, what's fascinating about this? I think we should give a chef 1 for real. The chef doesn't need to be drunk. But in order to do that, Birdie needs to be a good scapegoat. But I think that's fine. That's kind of what I wanted to do anyways. Because if he is a good scapegoat, I mean, if he's evil, we would have 1, 2, you can't see me moving my mouse. George and Rob would be a pair. Birdie and Rob would be a pair. That's 2. Birdie and Daniel could be a pair, that's 3. Hob and Daniel could be a pair, that's 4. Like, from a purely, like, that's hilarious standpoint, Chef 4 is amazing. Chef 4 and we reread. I don't think we can mechanically give a 5 in this setup, but I'm very bad at math, so someone can, okay, good, it is a 4. Yes, so we can have a Chef 4, or we can have a Chef 1. I think I'm leaning towards the 1, just because my 4 is insane. 4 is amazing and insane, but realistically, 4 with a traveler means the traveler is evil. Like, necessarily evil, unless I'm just fucking with the chef, and that would point directly at Rob, and Rob doesn't have a Scarlet Woman, so I'm not, yeah. 4 is hilarious, but we're gonna give a 1. Because 1 stokes the perfect amount of marionette paranoia, and we don't have to worry about basically, like, anything. And I think it'll also make Birdie look potentially evil being next to Daniel, which means that the evil team can lean into that if, like, I use Birdie to save someone from execution. Yeah, I think Drunk Librarian seeing a 0 is potentially really good. Like, pitting Claire and Daniel against each other could be fun. They might figure that out right away. But I'm not super mad about that. I think, though, what I'm going to do is make Claire the drunk, and instead of showing her a 0, I think I might show her, like, Sam and Ellen as the drunk. Because that could be fun. But I'm also going to hold off on actually deciding. I think Claire is going to be our drunk, but I'm going to hold off on deciding what to show her until I know who George has poisoned. So that's basically all we need for now. Oh, we need bluffs. Come up here. Let's see. What did I want? Investigator for sure. And then let's have, just be in a nice place. There we go. This is how I talk to my tokens. Let's have, we could have Saint. We could have Butler. I feel like Butler with Marionette is very fun. I think I am going to give Butler as a bluff. Yeah, let's have Investigator, Empath, and Butler. I'm here for this. Okay. Yes, I am imagining the 4, but I am also imagining not... Like doing things because the players are going to find them fun, even though stream will find them less fun. So I hope you all understand that as tempting as the Chef 4 is, we are not giving one today. If George poisons Lorinda, I might just give Lorinda a 7. But don't listen. Yeah, this is not good. Okay. Let's go to the players. Let's put him to sleep. Let's do a game. Clocktower.
Going into your bathroom and there's that big pigeon like going rah.
I love coming back.
They make.
We've established this. It's
Wrong.
The soothing sounds of the pigeon put you all to sleep. Good night. The game has begun. Oh, I need to change my settings so everyone can see your cameras. Okay, cool. You're all still asleep, but now everyone can see you. Woohoo! All right.
Everybody wave! Everybody wave! It's just me if no one else is doing it, so everybody wave, please. Thanks.
Amy, I'm never telling you how many people are waving.
Amy,
all right, amazing. Yeah, I think that's a really good point that Butler is going to be difficult to bluff, but what we could do is show we could show Hob and Rob as the butler. Potentially. I don't love doing that usually, but I think that might actually be really fun. Because either one of them, like, I don't often like setting up evil in that way, but in this case, I think that might be nice. Because Claire might come to that. Like, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. And, like, worst case, yeah. But I think with the chef one and with Hob as the butler, that'll just make Birdie look evil, which will make whoever pushes on Birdie, or whoever Birdie saves, look potentially evil. Alternatively, we could show Hob and George as the butler, but that might be throwing the whole evil team under the bus a little bit too much. Or we could show Hob and Amy. Hob and Rob is fun because it rhymes. And so that is a non-zero factor. Okay, let's, at any rate, we do have a night to start with, so let's tell Birdie that he's good, just to start off, because travelers, not on the night sheet, but important to remember.
They still have fans?
Apparently.
Was it a very small
Four
tram?
of them. It was a small tram.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
I don't know. Tell me.
I think it's going good. Good for you. You are good.
It's going good.
Sorry to disappoint. I know that you were really hoping things were going horribly in your side of town.
I was a little bit. I'll
Yeah.
make the best of it.
Oh, good. Excellent. Cool. All right, now get out of here.
Bye.
Bye. Alrighty. So that's our scapegoat done. Let's get our evil team. I think I'm gonna continue doing the thing where I use the cards for some people just to make the nights a little bit easier, and also to be like, look, cards, totally valid, and it's fun to switch back and forth, and that way I get to see some players and also spend time hearing about people's picks and things. But yes, so Hob is getting that information. Rob is gonna get that information. These are your minions, and these are your bluffs. And then let's wake up George to find out who he's poisoning. Hey.
Hello.
So this might be fun for you because Hob is your other minion.
Okay.
And Rob is the demon.
That's exciting.
Indeed.
No.
Who would you like to poison?
So, am I going to try to sell Ricky as my marionette? That's the question here. I think that's a harder task than selling Rob on it. Because Ricky will just do things, and it's hard to anticipate what those will be.
Entirely valid.
We pick a Hob neighbour and poison them for the entirety of the game. No, you know what? Ricky will enjoy it. I'll poison Ricky.
Excellent. You got it.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Yeah, I think based on, given that this script is Trouble Brewing plus a Marionette and the value of poisoning somebody that neighbors an evil, I'm not that surprised that we have sniped somebody who it doesn't really affect, because all of the evil neighbors in this setup are not fantastic night one targets, beyond Daniel, which would just be quite funny. But yeah, I think, let's see, let's make Amy the red herring, because I think that's probably the thing that, I think it works on both ways, because I think there could be distrust there. I think there could also be potentially a really good role swap there. Yeah, let's stick with that. And then I think we will go Hob and Rob as the butler for Claire. Hey.
Hello.
You will be pleased to learn that someone is buttling around in this game.
Incredible.
And even better, that butler is either Hob or Rob.
Rhyming. Awesome.
That's what I said. Cool.
Cool. Thank you
Good
very
luck.
much. Bye.
Cheers. All right. And let's see how Lorinda feels about this one in this lovely game of Trouble Brewing plus Marionette.
Hello.
Hi. On this delightful script of Trouble Brewing plus Marionette, you will be shocked and delighted to learn that there is one pair of evil players sitting next to each other.
Thank you very much. I typed in C to put chef in my spreadsheet, but it auto-completed to Sarah Novus because I've been it so many times. So now we'll see what chefs do.
It's
got
fine.
one.
You
Thank
could be
you very
the
much.
Chefanovis. You make people mad
Yeah.
that they're the Marionette. It's perfect.
Amazing. Thank you.
Cool. Cheers. Oh, that's fun. All right. And then it's just Sam. That's the only other person we have to wake up tonight. Let's see what's going on. All right, come on, Sam. I think the app in the last update took off the ping noise that it makes. And so we might need to poke him a couple times. There we go. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Who are you seeing in your crystal ball this fine evening?
We're gonna take a good look at Amy Rose and Hob, please.
Amy Rose and Hob. You see that yes, one of those dear players
Oh, excellent.
is in fact the demon.
I'm gonna try and steal the marionette from them.
I love that for you.
All right, good job.
Cool. Good luck. I did not think about that when placing that red herring, but that is the best possible scenario. That's such a fun play from Sam and just such a silly, joyous thing in general. I love the idea that, like, if one of them was really the demon, then it would be entirely possible that Claire or Ellen could be their real marionette or Sam's fake marionette. So, that is our night. I'm gonna give it a minute just because a butler would usually pick later on in the night, and I do want to give some support for that bluff if the evil team chooses to use it. So yeah, that's all we got. We're just gonna vibe for a sec. Our traveler knows what team they're on. While we're here, I might as well talk a little bit about having a scapegoat, because I think having travelers can be really tricky to figure out. In this particular script, I did have to gently let down the people who wanted a matron. But yeah, the scapegoat's ability, for those that haven't seen it before, is that, let's just mouse over it so we get the exact thing. If a player of your alignment is executed, you might be executed instead. And this is fun for a couple of reasons. One, because if the town is making a decision that could be really rough for the town, if there's a good scapegoat, then you can use the scapegoat to save that player. Similarly for evil, if evil's struggling and they need some support, they need that player to be kept alive, can use the scapegoat to save that player. But what's really fun on particularly this script with the marionette is that a player might think that they are good, and the scapegoat dies instead of them, but if they're actually the marionette, then that scapegoat's evil, and so that could be a really interesting interaction between those two things. It also might cause a little bit less support for the scapegoat in terms of how they kind of interact and go with the rest of the town. And then, yeah, scapegoat also is just really fun because you can use it on a, if they're good, you can use it on a good player who's really, really suspicious, causing people to think that they're both evil, but also keeping that good player alive for another day to get some information. So yeah, and I agree with the folks in chat who are saying matron should be reserved for real life games. I think it's just a lot more fun when you have a matron in play and you can kind of like lean over, like the physicality of the matron is really exciting, being able to like physically lean and like try and interact with people in a way where you also are stuck in your seat, and then also just the physical act of being like, what if I was over there, like can be really fun. I think it's just, yeah, it's I like that physical aspect of what's happening, and that's probably enough blathering, so let's play a game.
Is it legal to have these polarization beads?
It's illegal.
It's illegal. I died due to illegal activity. I don't know what I was doing, but it was very illegal and it murdered me. And if you could all, you know, do some legal activities, mostly in the process of helping. Good. Game. Love it.
For anyone who is looking for some illegal activities, I will be in the cathedral.
Fascinating.
The prosecution would like to.
Break the law.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. How are we gonna break the law?
I mean, we could both tell Ellen that she's a marionette. That feels like it's breaking the law.
Okay, yeah, sure. Do you want to be the minion or the demon?
I'm gonna go with. I'll go with demon. Sure. Actually, no.
Sure,
It's
okay.
hard. Demon is hard to sell. No, I'll go minion. I'll be the poisoner.
Damn it. Okay, I'll be the difficult one. Okay. Well, what minion are you then? If we're doing
Poisoner.
this?
Yeah.
Poisoner. That's actually good. Okay, so Ellen, Marionette, you poisoner.
So what are you? And we can give our 2 rolls as bluffs.
I'm a top 4.
Okay, but which one? So we can tell Ellen with bluffs.
Librarian.
Okay, cool. So you're a librarian. I'm a fortune teller. We need a third bluff. Let's just give Ravenkeeper. It's fine.
Yeah, that usually works.
Actually,
That's fine.
no. Give it outsider because we want to sell. We want to sell a fake Baron World, and this is poison and marionette. Butler.
Oh. Ooh, no, then I want to take Butler. That's the best one.
Saint, and you're not taking Saint because it's too. Yeah.
Oh,
Saint,
yeah,
you're not taking it because it's too obvious.
Definitely. Okay,
cool.
cool.
So the
Poisoner,
librarian's main fortune teller.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right. Well, good luck.
Good chat. This can't go wrong.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Ellen, what are you?
So, I'm good, thanks. You?
I'm good. I'm good. What character are you?
I'm the monk. What are you?
Okay. I mean, feel free to protect me. It's not gonna do anything because I got some bad news, Ellen.
I don't believe you.
If there's a chef in play, we're screwed. Because I'm the imp, Sam's the poisoner. You're the marionette.
No. No, I don't believe that. No.
Bluffs are librarian, fortune teller, Ravenkeeper.
Uh-huh.
And
So Sam in the night was like, I'm looking forward to this game. So I'm not believing it, but I'm not believing it.
Okay. You know what? Okay. Tell me who you're gonna pick tonight, and I'll attack them, and it'll go through.
Fine. Rob G.
Rob G. Okay, perfect. Rob G's kind of dying. Cool.
Cool.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. What are you claiming?
I think I'm gonna go librarian because I don't want to go Ravenkeeper and still be alive, unless I star pass. I'm probably just gonna claim.
That would prove it to me.
4.
If you do that.
That's a good point. Yeah. It would. Oh yeah, maybe Sam. Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm just
Sam
gonna
could be
say
the actual
right
poisoner.
now that if you're the marionette, Ellen, and someone star passes to you, you're not becoming the demon until you absolutely have to.
Fine.
Protect Rob G, and I'll kill him tonight.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful. Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh my god, this could not be better.
Try and convince your neighbours that. that the
I've heard of
marionette-
Chef 3, so.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I heard.
But Chef 3, wait, 1, 2, would either have to include you or Bertie, right?
Me or Bertie. Oh, I
Well-
see. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So,
there are
go-
only
so-
3 evils, so a Chef 3 is
Wow,
wild.
Ellen's got a big face there. Look at Ellen's face. Oh, it's gone. Jams, have you ever heard of Mr. Yuck?
No.
Okay, don't worry about it then. See you later.
Okay.
Great.
Monk.
What are you actually?
Either you're a monk or Rob G's a monk. Is that a hard claim?
Are you the washerwoman?
Yeah.
Okay. I hate how you always back into this. You could just do this with me so much. Are you actually the washerwoman? And you actually saw me and Rob G as the monk?
I'm technically not going to tell you the truth about the second person, but we could just say Rob G, and Rob G's a useful soul.
Sure. I don't trust you. I think,
Okay.
based on how that's worked. Do you trust me based on how that's worked?
So you're not the monk, is what you're telling me.
I am the monk, but you
And I've seen
are not
you
the
then.
washerwoman.
Then I've seen you as the monk. Why would I say monk?
Because you do that.
What do you mean? What? Pick 1 in 12 rolls, 1 in 14 rolls to get right about your specific role.
Yeah, you
After
happen to get it right on the first try.
Yeah, after speaking to exactly Bertie and then Claire. I'll leave you to understand what that means.
I think we can all agree that Birdie is the spy, and just move on.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
it's a fair
It
shot.
now all makes sense. Okay.
Okay. Quasi monk protect me
believe you.
because confirmation.
Or protect someone else who might be more useful than a potential lucky minion or washerwoman. Neither
could be
one
spy.
that's important. If you're spy, you'd have done a better job than that.
True. I also probably wouldn't have claimed Washerman at all. I would have had something more juicy.
Be something more exciting, yeah.
I have no idea who you can protect then. But...
The recluse. So
Sure, you
I
know
actually
what,
am quite
that's
pleased that the fortune teller yes on me.
Okay, sure.
But
well,
don't discount the other person that's in the yes. Let's just say that.
Okay.
What are you, Sam?
I already told you I'm a fortune teller, yes.
Oh, I see. Well, there's another fortune teller, so I don't quite believe that so much anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, there's still a fortune teller yes on you.
But that's fine. I'm the recluse. Legitimate information.
Sure. Yeah, so.
Sam, I've told everybody today that I'm the recluse before I
I've
even knew
heard
there was a
that.
fortune teller yes on me.
I've heard that.
So it would be very convenient to.
I mean, Bertie's also told everyone that they're the scapegoat, so, you know.
Yeah, George is also telling everyone that they're the recluse. So, but I'm happy for me and George to double page.
Oh. I don't know.
He doesn't know. Neither do I. I'm not the recluse. I lied.
Yeah, I know. All right, welcome back to town, almost everyone. Oh, what a delight to just run a script where no one has to claim anything publicly, mechanically. Moving on. If anyone would like to...
Glossop, isn't she?
Can I claim to be the Slayer, please?
Yeah. Who would you like to shoot?
George.
What's your weapon of choice?
A lamp.
Okay. Amy bashes George over the head with a lamp. It turns out that the lamp was actually just a bat from Poetry for the Neanderthals. He is reprimanded for using too many syllables.
We're not doing that again.
Richie?
I can out-spy and give everyone's rolls.
Cool.
I
Please
need
do.
everyone to put their hands up in agreement if you want it.
Yeah, please.
Yes, please. I'll
Never
be
want
happy
anything
with that.
more.
Before you do,
I'm
you need to
willing
know
to
that
let you share it.
someone in chat just said George feels lightheaded now. Richie?
Oh, I'm going home. Bye,
What an
All right, the
ornament
next time
on it.
I draw a spy token, I will definitely do that.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Richie.
everyone. Good.
So I've heard of an investigator ping a Baron. Unfortunately, it's on everyone, so it's hard to tell who's the Baron.
Oh, good. Nominations are open.
Can I nominate George, please?
Yeah?
All right. So I pinged George to talk, and we did. And then Claire pinged me like 5 seconds into the chat. And I asked George, should we let Claire in? And George was like, yeah, sure. And then George left the chat, went to talk to Claire, and I'm alone in my chat. And they didn't let me back in. So let's get him.
Well, it's probably a good thing Amy, banged him over the head with that bat. George?
That's broadly true.
Excellent. Take 6, starting now.
I feel bad voting for this. I was somewhat complicit.
I'm going to blame it on tech.
4 is not enough.
Can I nominate Hob, please?
Yeah?
I've heard of an evil ping on Hob. I believe it socially from the person that gave it to me. And so I think this is probably our best kill for town today. Thank you.
Hop?
Oh, I'm okay to die today. but I'd rather go for Claire since we didn't get George on the block.
All right. Take 6. Starting now.
Can we get this on, please, people?
No.
Especially if there's an Undertaker. You're really
Alright.
keen. Thank you. Pop's gonna drop, by the way.
Of course it is.
Of course I'll get
5 is not enough.
it.
Can I nominate Amy Rose, please?
Yeah.
Amy, I think Amy Rose would be good to confirm with an Undertaker, or perhaps with goat wrangling powers, trigger Bertram.
Amy.
I am terrible cannibal food. Please don't do this.
All right. Cannibal, most powerful role on TV with a Marionette. Take 6. Starting now.
Yeah, I think, well, given the script, we're all just free to say that all food is bad cannibal food.
Why?
I guess regular food is good cannibal food, but people food
Why do people always want to execute me?
6 is enough.
I mean, you've been claiming something all day, and then in front of everyone publicly, you decided to claim something else. That's really weird.
I
realise
haven't
after
claimed
last
anything
vote, I'm
else
not one
apart from what I've claimed. I made a decent nomination today, and I am not a good kill for town.
Yeah, I would like to move this, I think.
Fine.
Linda
Sam
nominates
nominates.
Claire.
All right. Sorry, that was Lorinda nominates Claire?
Yeah.
Cool.
Complicit in shenanigans, apparently, and also I don't want to be the marionette in this position, so let's move it somewhere.
Claire.
Just a first night roll. I've been fairly open about what I am, so it's not particularly valuable to an Undertaker. Sorry, but yeah, if you really want to lift off Amy Rose, do it.
6 to tie, 7 to die. Starting now.
Right.
5 is not enough. Amy's still about to die.
Sam will nominate Rob G.
Okay.
Rob is not confirmed by out their account.
Rob?
I'm not confirmed by what?
Out their account.
But I believe I might be confirmed by a librarian, so...
Oh, okay then.
6 to tie, 7 to die. Starting now.
Can we at least tie this, please? Please?
You know what? Just because it's you.
I'll vote to...
Thank you, Bertie.
All right. 7 is enough. Rob is now about to die.
Funny enough, I was voting to tie that, but it's fine.
You failed.
It's fine.
No.
Listen, I have heard of a Chef 3, and I'm very suspicious of the line.
Yeah, Chef 3, I don't believe.
Can we execute
the
this Chef 3?
voting block that is that position. Either hands up or hands down.
Last
Based on
call
a
for
Chef 3, I think I'm
nominations.
quite happy with this.
A Chef 3 would technically confirm Rob G is good, by the way.
Rob G is good. We should
What?
be lifting this.
Yeah.
Claire nominates Ellen.
All right.
Rob is confirmed. I don't know anything about Ellen. We shouldn't be killing good players.
Ellen?
I'm a useful role. I don't know what Rob is, but don't kill me.
All right. Let me just make sure our scapegoat can reconnect. And then we'll vote.
George, did you
Ellen-
tell me the truth today?
I did.
Yeah, okay.
Ellen has been confirmed good.
I don't believe that, to be fair.
What timing? Goats so famously unreliable. Cool. Does anyone know any fun stories while we wait?
Yeah, I've got loads.
Did you know goats actually have 2 horns?
Wow. Big if true.
So, as part of another podcast I was listening on minor crimes, Bertie's back is fine.
Teaser.
Yes. Goats famously bad at procuring internet with their horns. It takes 7 votes to tie and 8 votes to put Ellen up for execution. Starting now.
Is this like small crimes, or is this crimes committed by people under 16? If they're minor crimes.
7 is a tie. Rob is safe. Ellen is safe. Most of you are safe at this point.
Can someone nominate Richie, please?
Daniel nominates Daniel.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is probably my favorite one remaining on the board.
I am the recluse. I don't know why Amy's double claiming my role, but we've lifted it off Amy, so I'm probably the next person to kill. I'm happy to die as the recluse. Amy wasn't. Remember that, people, later in the game.
All right. It takes 8 because we just tied on 7 to put Daniel up for execution. Starting now.
Am I the marionette,
I
Daniel?
think my time is numbered.
Quite possibly, Hob. It's not the.
Hub, I actually think you are, for other reasons.
Well,
8 is enough. I really don't think that's going to be beaten. So Daniel is
By the way,
executed.
can I just say I'm not the recluse? That's
Oh,
What a minion, that's why.
no, I'm
And
not.
Daniel
I
dies.
have
Good night.
powerful role, but I'm just trying to hide. Help me, guys. Help me.
That was so, I was so tempted to kill Birdie there. I think based on the timing of when I'm pretty sure he has to go, that would have like been fine as well. But I think Daniel just has so much social credit from that play that it's better for evil for him to die. So yes, even though Birdie is a good scapegoat because we were executing the recluse and the recluse was sober, Daniel could have registered as either alignment to the scapegoat ability. So even if Daniel were like, yeah, basically when you execute a recluse, you can proc a good or an evil scapegoat. Doesn't matter what alignment the scapegoat is. But yeah, it's not super useful for town. It like would have been a little bit funny, but I think Daniel was just too good in that situation to justify using the scapegoat there. Because it wouldn't have told town anything about Birdie. And yeah, and I think it proves that it's a Baron game, which makes Rob look really potentially good. Recluse is also great. I mean, Scapegoat's very funny for Undertaker because the Undertaker will learn Scapegoat because the Scapegoat was executed. Oh, it's a rare traveler character interaction. But this way we can just give Ellen some nonsense. I think we could give Baron maybe, but we could also just give Recluse. Like, we'll see. At any rate, let's start with George.
Which is a lot.
What a day!
Yeah, this is pretty wild. That Chef 3 is pretty fun. I don't think it's a poisoned chef. I think that's a sober 3 with Bertie being evil, but I can't be certain. I have claimed Virgin to Amy Rose, which is why she thinks Hob is evil. I might have got away with it, so that's fun. I will continue to poison Ricky and see what happens.
You got it. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. All right, so we're leaving that poison. Continues to do nothing unless Rob tries to kill Richie, which could be fun. Hey.
Oh, God.
You survived, though. That's... Oh. That timing. That was hilarious. The timing of you disconnecting there was incredibly funny. Sorry. You survived. You survived.
It was... Yeah,
I know
it was
it
an
was an
honest
accident.
mistake. But Bertie, like last second hand raise, and funny enough, if that Chef 3 is real, Bertie could be evil. And oh dear.
Hey, we're here. We made it. It's night 2.
Yeah. Oh, get that heart rate up, because I know the minions are Poisoner and Baron. So. Cool. What do I know? I'm not worried about Undertaker today because with the recluse claim. So let's just go for Ellen, who I think is the monk.
You got it.
I'm putting fear of a spy into them.
Excellent.
Cool. Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.
what I love about that is that Rob has now put the fear of the spy in far more than he realizes. By virtue of killing the Undertaker. Yeah. I mean, I think that's fine. Like, Ellen would have been pretty confident, I think, anyways, that Daniel's the recluse. It does mess with Sam and Hobbs' little silly plan a little bit, but I think that's useful for Ellen, at least for peace of mind. I don't think she would think that they would kill her, if that was really what was happening. So it's just Sam. Hey.
Hello. We're gonna check Hob and George, please.
Hob and George, you get a no.
Thank you.
Cheers. That is a phenomenal pick for the evil team. But I also think that's a useful pick for Sam, because if he thinks that he's sober, which he might, then that proves to him that Amy is a source of a yes for him. And so if he finds another yes elsewhere, and he's not going to be distracted by Daniel as recluse since he's dead, that's going to be, I think, really powerful information for Sam as well later in the game. So yeah, I think that's all in all pretty good. I deeply love that whoever is spreading this Chef 3 nonsense is unknowingly doing so much for the good team, because it's making them think that Birdie's making evil think that Birdie's evil. And Birdie is very not evil. So, just for bluffs, I think I'll stick them in just because I'm pretty sure this is what's happening. I believe George has gone virgin. Rob is taking butler, which is fantastic. It means that confirmation with Claire actually worked. And I think Hob is taking investigator. But not 100% sure on that. We can always, like, these are just, the fun thing about reminder tokens, they're here for the storyteller and for you all. So yeah, I think this is, this should work out. Yes, Claire has seen a butler between Rob and Hob, and I think Rob has gone with that butler claim, which was further backed up by the fact that he literally did not vote to save himself, which was a huge risk, but did pay off. So I'm quite pleased with the way that this is sorted, and Claire's not going to have the tools anymore to figure out that she's the drunk via the Undertaker, which was a very valid option. Like, if they had excluded Claire and Ellen was sober, Ellen would have learned that Claire was the drunk, which would have made Ellen think either that she was actually the Marionette or that Rob isn't as confirmed as he's saying he is. So either way, I think Evil's in a good spot, and let's do it. Good morning. Tragedy has struck the upper right side of the Grim, for Ellen has perished in the night.
Oh. That just seems rude.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen someone smile so much after being told that they had died.
Yeah. To women.
No, that you're the monk.
No.
Fair enough. Are you actually the monk? Or is it the other person I see?
The other person you've seen.
Okay.
If you're
Fair
the
enough.
washerwoman, which you're not.
What are you?
A sad thing to have died.
Did you get any no's?
A sadder thing to have died.
Oh gosh, you should have shot. Should have shot someone.
Not that sad a thing to have died. Undertaker. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright. So spy game, right?
Probably, yeah.
Cool. Alright, so weird misregistration. Oh, I might have seen the spy then. I didn't actually. Okay, alright. I'll leave you to it. Good luck.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
I pressed a key at random. Sorry, but I'm glad I pressed this one.
Oh, Amy Rose is still pinging. That's fine. She can come in. Whatever. Fine. It'll stop
We
you
can
pinging
have
me.
a three-way. You know, if Bertie let me in, I was going to then ping you, rather than going, woohoo!
Oh, so easy to claim now, isn't it?
But I had a lovely
likely
I
story.
trust George, and I feel like George trusts me in this game.
Yeah, I do think Amy's good.
You go first, George.
Yeah, I'm the Virgin. We should probably kill Hob.
That's why I nominated Hob and said there was an evil ping on Hob.
I have told people very consistently that you're my demon, George.
Okay, well that's not going to help.
Sorry. I feel like it will help, but
Okay.
So I am the Undertaker. I mean, I saw Baron when Daniel died, but that tells us nothing. That's why I didn't want to die. So I've told the truth to George. I trust George. Probably not going to tell anyone else. I hope you're not evil, Bertie. / if you are, don't tell a demon to just travel away.
well, my demon's George, so
Yeah, I guess I
already
know.
know.
Huh? So game over.
There
I'll kill
we
you
go.
tonight. There you go.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, cheers, team.
That's me. Thanks.
Good luck.
Oh, what a game.
Aaron, right?
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. Sam came up to me day one and asked if we were gonna marionette Ellen, which we did. But now Ellen died, so I think it's over.
Probably less convinced about being a marionette then.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna say that I saw if Amy is the recluse, I'm gonna claim investigator who saw Amy and someone else. Us the spy, maybe.
Oh, interesting.
Mm.
Yeah. Daniel is
Maybe.
definitely sticking to recluse, and Amy is not. So.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I think people are sus of Amy Rose because of the sticking to recluse and then not only backing off it once the double claim is public.
Okay. I'll just claim investigator who saw Daniel and Amy as something, I guess.
Sure.
We'll see how it goes.
You might end up being sus, but we might throw you under the bus at some point.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll survive.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. Well, good luck.
I didn't have time to play as many games as I'd have liked, just because I was getting used to it. But next time I'll play a lot more games.
Yeah. Cool.
What would you like?
What do you want to do?
Hello, chat.
I'm good for hard claims. Hi, chat.
Okay, I'm the monk, and I protected what I believed to be the fortune teller last night, but apparently I didn't protect the fortune teller because they're dead.
Okay. Well, I have a monk claim elsewhere. Are you aware of that?
I'm not. No.
Cool. Fair enough. I'm the librarian. I believe I have confirmed my ping. In Rob.
Okay, that means I have all of the top 4s listed now.
So as far as I'm concerned, Rob is a decent protect because he's had confirmed, albeit as outside.
Okay, that's who I protected. Okay, fine. Cool.
But that's
Sounds
just go with my info.
Yep, I'll protect Rob G or Richie tonight. Probably Rob G.
Cool. All right.
Okay, cheers.
Bye.
Thank you.
Claim to be like a top 4 to me. And
Hobbs a minion. I'm 95% sure.
Yeah, and I've heard of a chef 1, so that could just be the Hob and Daniel.
If Daniel is a recluse, I will eat the chef hat. Metaphorically speaking.
Really?
Yeah. I do not believe for a second that Daniel is the recluse.
Interesting. Wait, it's like did Amy Rose back off recluse? What's going on in this town? I had a conversation with Daniel first thing today, and sticking with recluse.
Yeah, because Daniel is Undertaker fishing.
Ah, okay.
Daniel is 100% Undertaker fishing, and like I respect the hell out of that, but for what it's worth, like I think that Hob is an excellent kill today. Hob is a claiming librarian, or at least was claiming librarian early on. So
yeah. That definitely. That's definitely a minion, I think.
Yeah, and I've absolutely comfortable going after a minion today.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you.
Should be an interesting day. All right. Welcome back to town. Most of you.
So, we're killing Amy, right?
Oh, no.
No,
I think Amy or Hob, I think.
Yeah, let's kill the person who's less likely to be the marionette.
I will say we're on day 2 and Amy has double claimed 2 dead players.
Yeah.
Yes. This is true. There is
Wow.
a non-zero chance that I am the marionette, and I will also vote on it.
Great. Nominations are open.
I don't think you're the marionette.
Before we do,
I think I heard
Yep.
Amy first. You nominated Hob?
Yes.
Okay.
Hob didn't proc to a virgin yesterday. Hob is sat next to the recluse. Bye, Bertram. Enjoy
Bye.
badminton.
Will do.
Hob is sat next to a recluse. I think Hob is either evil or drunk. They should be happy to die.
Hob?
I was happy to die yesterday and today as well. My only concern is I'm the investigator, and someone's claimed to be the investigator with a ping on me, which I find interesting. But we can kill me, especially if we have an Undertaker. Or a spy bluffing Undertaker.
I told you there was a double claim.
Apparently the nomination disappeared when I had to kick our good goat friend out of town. Anyways, it takes 4 votes to put Hob up for execution, starting now.
I've seen Daniel and Amy as a minion.
Why are we... How is this getting
Well,
6
there's
votes?
a pretty funny Hob
No, it's
demon
getting
roll.
5.
5
6
votes
on.
is enough, and Hob is about to die. Have we got any other
If it's Hob
nominations?
Demon, me Poisoner, and Alan Marionette, that is because me and Hob went into a chat immediately and concocted that evil team.
Okay, so
I
you
don't like
suggested
that
it to me,
one.
Sam. I just followed along.
Problem is, I'm so easy to convince from a marionette. I was just like, I believe it.
There's
Richard
our chef
nominated
3.
Amy Rose.
Alrighty. Tell us why.
You know what? I'm going to hold my accusation and my Slayer shot until tomorrow. We'll revisit this tomorrow.
Amy?
I don't think we should. I think Richie's pushing on me unnecessarily. I'd like to speak to you, Richie, tomorrow and get the information that you have. This is not a good idea. I've told people the truth today, and I'm gonna continue to tell the truth. Thank you. In private.
5 will tie. 6 we'll put Amy up instead. Starting
Not
now.
today.
Four is not enough. And Hob is still about to die. Yeah, it seems harder to put your eyes in the skull now because it's smaller. But nailing it. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Last call for nominations.
Sam nominates George.
Who is now conveniently located directly below you. Go on.
Just wishful thinking.
George?
Yeah, sure, not consider.
Excellent. 5 to die, 6 to die. Starting now.
I would also have preferred it this way, but oh well.
That's a shame.
Two is not enough. Closing the day in 5.
Hob, what menu did you see?
Hob sees
Spy.
nothing because he is executed and dies, and all he can do is stare into the abyss of being dead. Good night. Okay, that I think is good. Richie is definitely on the train of being sure that Amy is the evil one in between Amy and Hob, which I'm not mad about. And yeah, I think Amy might find it a little difficult to get social trust in this game, which is kind of how it goes as the Raven Keeper sometimes. But I think it's, yeah, things seem relatively balanced for now. Evil's in a good spot. I do think there is going to be some aspect of Rob being alive late game potentially seeming a little bit suspicious, just because if he's really confirmed and that's come out, like, he will need to die. But if he leaves Claire alive, that could potentially help. I also think, weirdly, George has kind of a decent amount of trust because they're framing Hob as a minion, and Hob was the one who nominated George on day 1. So that virgin bluff could go a long way, but it would come at the cost of the poisoner. But that, I think, is alright. So we'll just get, we'll get George's pick here, and let's find out who Rob is going to kill. Hey.
Hey, so again, I know nothing about Richie, but I believe George is keeping Richie poisoned, so hopefully I don't need to worry about that. Though, if Richie's a Raven Keeper, I'd like Tit well poisoned. I'm also thinking about who I'm trying to end up framing at the end of the game. George can be a frame, that's fine. Amy Rose. Is it George, Amy Rose, and Hob as a team, but with. Okay. Then. Yeah, let's go for Richie.
Richie, you got it.
Yeah.
Cheers. This is the most spy-like non-spy game, assuming that poison... Yep, that poison stays on Richie, so Richie must die because he does not have the Mayor ability, which would have protected him. I don't think that people in the town will think that I have Mayor bounced, diverted that kill to the Undertaker on the first night. That's pretty accurate. So I think the fact that Richie died is going to scream to Richie that either he's the drunk or he's been poison killed. And poison killed... Well, it's interesting because Poisoner Spy means that there's no Marionette, but Poisoner Spy also means there's no Baron. What I do worry about here is that if Richie thinks that he's the drunk, well, I don't think he'd think that he's the drunk. If it's a spy game, he's not the drunk. But there can't be a Poisoner, a Spy, and a Baron. So it'll be very interesting to see what the players do with this and how it impacts what's going on. I think that Daniel and Rob have like reasonable amounts of trust, which would mean that Richie, like, yeah, it's just an interesting one. They're gonna have to explain how Richie, like, it's maybe it's not a spy game, but they're really lucky. But I'm curious. I don't know to what extent the players are gonna go through it to this degree, but I also wonder if maybe that they'll think, like, Sam being alive at this point means it's not a spy game and it's a Poisoner and a Baron. Either way, that's a strong kill still. And because Richie's really sus of Amy, he might continue to push on Amy from the dead, which could be good or not. But either way, we still have an alive Sam, which is pretty handy. So let's go grab him and see what he's gonna do. Come on. There we go. Hey.
Oh, goody, I'm alive still.
You are still alive.
Let's go for Lorinda and Claire, please.
Lorinda and Claire. You get a no.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers. That's actually a really, 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 really good pick for the good team. Because if Hob and George are not the demon, and Claire and Lorinda are not the demon, and everyone else except for Rob and Amy is dead, then to Sam's perspective, that's just a yes on Amy and Rob. However, in worlds where there's poison, Sam could be poisoned. But if Sam is poisoned, then Richie's the drunk. So I think the combination of Richie specifically dying tonight and Sam getting that piece of information is quite handy because it does sort of point towards Rob. But because of Claire and Rob's confirmation, I do think they'll probably go for Amy first. So this is one of those really interesting things where, like, one thing I like about Trouble Brewing is that you don't usually get info in the way that you would get info in a game of Bad Moon Rising, where you're learning things based off of who's dying and when they're dying. In this case, you're actually going to get, like, it's almost like a little sneak preview of BMR, where you're getting that sense of, like, oh, wait a second, my information is that I died when, like, maybe I shouldn't have died. Why could that have happened? How could that have happened? And what does that mean for the rest of what's happening in this game? So hopefully Richie, like, takes that and runs with it. Yeah, and that's all we got. So let's wake them up and let them know the news.
There meant to be a map.
A map, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a map. I found a map and it led me to the dead body of Richie.
I would like to say something before everyone goes away. I am the fortune teller. I have a no on, let's see, George, Lorinda, and Claire. I have a yes on Amy Rose.
I am most likely your red herring, but if you want to kill me, then I'm fine with it. I think my usefulness to this point is gone if there is suspicion on me based on my role.
I trust the no on me.
I also understand, so...
I don't know why you wouldn't trust me. I told you the truth about this all on day one.
Denied it and claimed mayor. So,
Yeah,
she's currently in a counterclaim with my role.
Right, yeah, let's... Okay, I'll keep to Washerwoman for now, but yeah. Right, bye.
Bye.
Probably me, to be honest.
Oh.
But, you know, who knows? Yeah, I don't think... You seem to have reasonable info, maybe? Question mark?
If you're telling me I'm not the Marionette, awesome. I can kill Sony.
You're not my Marionette.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Because I was still like, my info lines up with being your Marionette specifically, and I'm kind of okay with that. But cool. No, awesome.
Cool. So you've got no's on George.
No's on George, Lorinda, and yourself, and a yes on Amy Rose.
Cool. And presumably not checked the others.
Haven't looked at Rob. I've checked a couple of dead players, but yeah.
Cool. Rob is the player I'm confirming as librarian.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I see no reason to not kill Amy Rose today.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
Unless I'm the Marionette and not been told. But, YOLO.
You've got good info. I'd be surprised. Like, if you think about it this way, if you were the Marionette, I'd be showing you a drunk token somewhere.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what you think.
That is.
That
is what I think.
Give
Twice.
true
Yeah, true. You literally just said it.
All right, go.
Cool. See you later.
Chef one, but I think the chef one might have been telling me that I'm the Marionette. But honestly, obviously, I'm not going to vote on her ever because, yeah.
Okay, maybe. But then Jams did do the double bluff of putting the imp in the ping with the recluse.
True. But they wouldn't do that. It's fine. Let's keep Amy alive and kill everybody else.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Cheers, Rob.
Yeah, let's.
I'm playing Outed Don't Know. Good or evil, I don't know.
Love that for you.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I'd be surprised if a non-drunk Ravenkeeper would be in a spy game.
Yeah. I mean, if I was drunk, I probably would have been killed by now. Also, if it's a spy game, then they should have just killed the Ravenkeeper first, given them a bit of fun time, and probably wouldn't have picked anyone useful.
I agree, that's what I would do, but yeah.
Richie, I am the Ravenkeeper. That is the honest truth. I've not told anybody else in this circle, apart from George, and then I've told George that I'm going to continue to claim Undertaker.
The good news is you're going to help us not lose at Final 3.
Well, if I don't get executed by that point. But I want to still
by,
be alive.
by being executed before Final 3.
What do you mean? I'm not the demon, Richie. I'm the red herring, evidently. The Ravenkeeper's going to be the red herring. Or...
And I don't really...
Yeah, I've advocated for that since day one.
Cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, Richie got to say.
Welcome back.
Well, I don't really know who I want to execute.
Can we afford to kill a minion like Amy Rose?
Once
Richie,
again,
I can't believe you still think I'm a minion. I think that Sam is the demon, Claire is the spy, and Hob is the Marionette.
Just to further increase things, by the way, there's a fortune teller yes ping on Amy Rose and a fortune teller no ping on the other person the yes ping.
Yeah.
I'm a red herring.
There cannot be a spy and a Marionette because there are 2 outsiders in the game.
So.
Yep.
I just Marionette makes a lot of sense.
Unless Jams hid the imp in the investigator ping with the recluse, then I think we just leave Amy alone.
Is it a little monster game? That's the extra minion. Solved it.
It's definitely Baron, but then it's.
I still think.
I think the evil team is Hob, Amy, Rose, George.
I think that would work.
I mean, if that's
And-
true,
and-
there's a lot of
And I
evidence.
don't know which one is the more likely minion.
I mean, like,
between
Hob, Amy,
and
Rose,
George.
George. Yeah, that works with the chef
We're
number.
all framing each other in that world.
Yeah, exactly. We're
Hang on, we don't work for the chef
Yeah.
number. My chef number is a 3. That's a triangle. Is the chef number not 3?
No,
Apparently
that
has
came from
changed
Daniel
one.
on day 1 as well.
Okay.
But I don't trust any chef numbers, if I'm being completely honest.
If I
Yeah.
had
It
an
could
actual
be Amy, Rose,
triangle,
Lorinda, and Hob.
I would gently bang it now to indicate that nominations are
Okay, can I nominate myself?
Yeah.
I think I've lost my usefulness at this point. And so there's a lot of people pushing on me. I think that it's evil pushing on me, but I have no way of telling at the moment. So I'd rather get myself off the board now than be framed in final 3. I think this is the best goal.
Takes 3 votes to put Amy up for execution. Starting. No?
I know why you want to do
I
it,
would
but
vote for this if I was alive.
Amy's the last person I want to vote for, I think.
I mean, it clears a world, right?
It does, but it just leaves us with one execution left to spend. I don't really have
Also,
a great...
I would like to call attention to the 3 people that voted on that also. Claire is confirming Rob. Claire and Sam appear to be on the same team, from my perspective. The 3 people that voted on that.
That's a fair, plausible evil team.
So I just want you to bear that in mind.
Unfortunately, in that evil team, you need to explain why Hob didn't die to George, but good luck with that.
I would probably be the drunk in that world.
Or one of you is a poisoner and poison George on night 1. Very plausible. So if anyone else would like to lift it off me, then I'm willing to vote on it. But otherwise, we're losing another good player with probably 3 evil still alive.
The problem here is Amy Rose is reading very socially good now in terms of the frustration,
Yeah.
but having got to this point, there is just no credibility
Tell me the
left.
truth about your role.
I'm the Raven Keeper.
Yeah, so on day 1, I told Amy that I was diversion, and when Hob nominated me, she immediately was like, I've got an evil ping here, let's kill Hob while trying to keep me safe. Which made me trust her a lot.
If we lift off me, evil will have to kill me if people trust me in town.
Absolutely not. Evil does not have to kill you if you lift off of you.
Okay, well that's fine. Then I'll be
yeah.
a good left alive in final 3. But we're
Yeah.
killing a good now. We've probably got 3 evil alive. So let's just bear that in mind when we do this.
Closing the day in 3, 2.
Anyone else is welcome to nominate because I nominated myself.
I can't see who I'd get the votes on. I don't even know what my
Alright.
demon candidate is.
Amy is executed and dies. And the game continues. Good night.
Yep.
Yeah, well, there we are.
There is some like perverse fun in both of the minions going, yeah, of course the game's not. Yeah, George is playing an absolute blinder in terms of social reads. I think often I've noticed lately that there's a lack of like really powerful minion play appreciation, and I just want to call that out because like yeah, George is doing a phenomenal job. Like that Virgin Bluff is so convincing, like pushing on Hop in that way, and I think he's in a really good position. Like he's a very good safety net to Rob if Rob needs that. So yeah, I think this is looking fairly balanced. Like Sam's got such powerful information. It's incredibly difficult to build a Scarlet Woman world just based off of the information available, which means that Sam essentially knows either he's picked as red herring on the first night or he's drunk or poisoned, and both of those things point in the general direction of Rob. So I would expect if Sam lives for him to pick Rob tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what Rob does. Alternatively, I think Rob could just get away with killing Sam, but he's then the only non-no alive, which makes things interesting. So let's see what's going on. I think I will wake George tonight because the poison presumably will move from Richie. Hey.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm feeling quietly confident about this one.
There is a world where they kill Rob as the demon to Claire's spy, which is really funny. But I think everyone is a plausible demon candidate who's left alive, apart from maybe Claire, who I think they would think is a minion. I'm going to poison Sam and hope he picks Rob tonight.
You got it.
Thank you.
Cheers. I think that's quite smart. Sam's outed. I don't know. I haven't been paying too much attention to the whispers between the players, but if George tells Rob that Sam is poisoned, then Rob might leave Sam alive, which would be better for evil, I think, than Sam dying here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hey?
Hey. So I know Sam's going to be poisoned, or should be poisoned. If Lorinda is, pulled off a bluff and Lorinda's not the chef and was in, but I think... Weirdly, if I kill Lorinda, it doesn't help Lorinda at all, because we've got 2 pairs with a chef 1 alive. And it keeps alive the world where I'm in. It's a 3 living evils. Claire, Sam, and me, and if people socially trust George, they trust George's panic nom. I think that can work for us.
All right.
But I'm worried about Claire sort of losing faith in me. But I'll kill Lorinda.
Lorinda, you got it. Thank you. I think that's fantastic. And yeah, Sam getting poison info here, I think, is going to be incredibly, incredibly powerful. It will definitely be interesting seeing what minions they build, because I think in this particular game, the way that the game has gone, seeing what minions the good team starts to think are in play is going to have a huge impact on whether or not they're able to find the correct world. At any rate, Sam is still alive. Hey.
I was so excited to wake up dead.
Yeah, you're alive.
Awesome. Lorinda and George, please.
Lorinda and George. You get a yes.
Oh, that's so much fun. Okay, cool.
Cheers. That was tricky. That was very tricky, because I could see reasons to give both. I think George is an incredibly, he's playing a phenomenal game. But I think that yes points, it's really tough. I think Sam not picking Rob there, honestly, was the best thing Sam could have done for Sam and for the good team, because it leaves so many things open. I think that yes means that Lorinda could have star passed weirdly, but then it means that Sam's info is wrong. But if Sam's info is wrong, then there might be some spy things going on. However, I think there is a valid spy Baron world, and in that world, it's far more likely that Rob is the spy than the demon. And ultimately, at the end of the day, my goal as the storyteller is to use the poison to keep the demon alive, because that is what the evil team wants. That is their ultimate goal in the game. So I think, and that was a really tough decision. I don't feel great about that, because I could see it both ways. I think George is a really useful person to star pass to, if Rob needs that. But at the moment, Rob and George are both alive, which means that Rob is the one that needs the protection. So anything we can do to keep the heat off Rob is better for us. And Sam getting a second yes on someone who isn't Rob is probably the best thing in terms of the keep Rob alive camp. Plus, we are going to wake up on 4 people alive, so they only have 1 execution left, so I think that that's relatively balanced and okay. Yeah, so I think we're all right. I think, yeah, exactly, and as folks have said, Sam can meta that, if he's poisoned, then that would point towards Rob, but in that world, there's a poisoner and a demon alive, so Sam still has to find that world. I think we've given good enough. Sam still has 3 days of sober information, don't get me wrong, that is incredibly, incredibly strong. But yeah, I think we'll have some more time than I might normally do on a Final Four type day, just to give people space to talk. At this point, Evil fully knows the Grim based on what the evil players have shared with me about who they think is what. And so if the good team is using that time to talk, it's not going to be to their disadvantage, because Evil effectively already knows what's going on, short of knowing Sam's information from literally this night. So yeah, I think things are balanced. I also think what's really fun is that if Rob decides for some reason to star pass to George on the final night, that no, or that yes on George will look even weirder because Sam will then get more sober information later. But yeah, I think let's wake him up. Let's see how we do. And what's nice is that I think no matter what, this will go to a really close final day. Good morning, good morning. A puff of smoke rises in the west, and underneath it you find Lorinda.
Oh, that's really fun.
That's
Well,
useful, to be honest.
That's really fun. Last night I picked Lorinda and George. I got a yes.
You picked me before, right?
I have, and had a no on you previously.
Did you pick Lorinda before?
Yes, and had a no on them previously as well.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
So it works.
Or George the Scarlet Woman.
So Amy being the imp to the Scarlet Woman works, but
it does. I don't necessarily like. I'm
surprised.
I'm surprised I'm alive.
Sure.
I was 100% expecting to wake up dead.
I'm surprised that either Sam or Claire didn't die in the night.
I'm pretty sure it's Amy Rose, George, and Hob, or Amy Rose, George, and me, and I have no idea which of those two.
Wait, Sam, you're the drunk. Daniel's the spy.
Me drunk, Daniel spy could work. Yep.
But Daniel got like 8 votes day one, so I don't think Daniel's evil.
Yeah, socially that doesn't work for me. Mechanically, it might.
I also genuinely struggling with your info a little bit, Sam. Given that supposedly Hob had an investigator spy ping on Amy Rose, and supposedly either red herring or demon, just feels like at least one of those sides is coming from evil.
Oh yeah, it's Hob. Hob nominated Divergent, didn't die, and again.
No, as in, it depends whether you're building Hob Baron or Hob Marionette world, I guess. As to whether or not he fabricated those pings or not.
For what it's worth, by the way, as well, Hob, when I checked to Hob first thing day one, Hob claimed Librarian, not Investigator.
Oh yeah, he claimed it to me and wouldn't back down.
Yeah, I've always been.
I think pretty sure Hob's the minion.
Hob being a minion, I think makes
sense. Hob Baron works probably makes more sense. It's just Baron Scarlet Woman, possibly explaining why ping on Amy Rose was moved to George. Either that or Sam specifically is evil and this information is made up.
Is there like a really batshit world where it's like Ellen and Richie both star pass to Sam?
Richie isn't confirming me.
I'm not going to live in that world.
Just to confirm.
Oh, is he not?
No, he's claiming to, but he's not.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't see how that made sense, so I guess I've ignored it.
I've written down a Slayer, Richie.
Jams, can I claim Slayer?
I mean, it's a talking game. You can say whatever you want at any time.
Amy's gonna be mad. Amy's gonna be mad if we don't execute today, right?
Me and Hob
I think because
vote on George because we don't know which one is
in the world where it's me, Amy, and George, and I'm the Marionette, why would I be shown Amy in my ping?
So you might be Chef One and I'm the Marionette that's helping me.
I don't think you're the Marionette, Hob, if I'm being honest. I think you're more likely the Baron who tried to go Librarian and didn't pull that off, and then back to the Investigator after finding out it was a lot.
Ah, okay. Ah, that makes sense. Okay.
How do you finish Chef One in your world, Sam?
Daniel the Hob.
Where's the chef? Who's the chef?
Me.
I'm not the chef in that world.
I'm the chef on it's either me and you, or it's Hob and Daniel. Yeah.
I think it's Rob and George is a Marionette.
I'm
Rob,
choosing not to live in that world.
With Claire go?
It went a bit strained, I'll be honest. I admitted to being an outsider, and then I was just trying to get Claire to say that the butler, and I narrowed it down.
You didn't narrow it down. You just said you were an outsider, which basically.
No, I said I said outsider, and I said I'd heard of a claim of recluse, and I'm not the recluse.
We agreed that, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, fine, I'm the butler, but I think I believe Claire. Claire was acting like she wanted me to say it first too, but.
I mean, in a world where I'm a spy, then I would have known and probably just.
Yeah, if Claire was a spy, I would have expected her to more jump in and say,
Hi, Edward.
I'm the butler straight away.
Or, it's a Zach.
Hi, Zach. I saw a red sleeve.
Yeah. So yeah, I've trusted Claire the whole game.
Tell everybody I've got a blue token.
Claire,
go on.
Right. There are just 4 people alive, so if you would all like to go to sleep, you're welcome to. If you
No, I don't think it's safe, Town.
Nominations.
I genuinely don't think it's safe because we can't confirm whether the only evil probable dead that we have is Hob. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think it's safe. I think
For me, the only world I can build with 3 living evils is where I'm the Marionette, so I'm fine with that world.
Well, Amy Rose has pointed out a very plausible world that is myself, Claire, and Rob. And that's like for me, the only person I think who really needs to be worried about nominating here is George.
That has to have me specifically as the drunk, though, right? Because of Hob nominated
it does.
me.
It has to have you or Hob as the drunk.
Or Hob as the drunk.
One of you is the drunk, one of you is the Marionette, probably.
And that would paint one of the outsiders as lying. Or, yeah, me. As,
I mean, if I nominate Sam in this world, that is 2 birds, 1 stone, as far as I'm concerned, for the covering for the Marionette world.
I think that's your safest nom. But the discounting to that is like. Actually, no, I don't have a discount to that. That's just a safe nom.
Yeah, I don't know whether I don't know if I believe the Marionette thing though. I don't really feel like that's what's happening here, and I'd only be doing that out of like severe paranoia for that world.
I will vote on Rob.
Last call for nominations.
Oh fuck!
But I'm pretty sure the game ends if we sleep.
I'm comfortable sleeping. Not. I'm so
closing the day in 5.
I think it might be you left,
cannot build
George.
the world.
Sam doesn't seem to be nominating.
No, because my world is that.
I'll nominate Sam.
Okay.
I respect that, George.
I really hate doing this. I wasn't feeling it until about 5 seconds ago, but they're all just sitting there, and that's not comfortable for me. I don't even know if I'm going to vote on this, but let's see how many hands go up.
Sam?
I mean, I'm either like if this flavor's alive for me, then I have to be poisoned right now. I don't think there'd be room for me to be the drunk specifically. I loosely trust a lot of the people still alive. To be honest, I trust the 3 living players a lot more than I trust the dead players. So I'm absolutely happy to sleep here. But also, I think George is correct that this is George's best nomination. But given the fact that I claimed fortune teller on day 1, that my fortune teller information has been consistent, and the fact that Amy Rose was happy to have a fortune teller yes on them on the very first day, and then all of a sudden has swung that around, it just doesn't sit right to me.
Takes 2 votes to put Sam up for execution.
Oh dear.
I'm voting on this.
I feel like I should ask this while it's going round, but Jams, how would you rule a marionette with a traveller between someone and the demon?
I would ignore the traveller.
We have to...
Oh no.
2 votes is enough. Sam is on the block.
No alive players voted on Sam. That's interesting.
Have I fucked that?
So here's the thing, right? The only world in which I nominate is the only one in which I nominate and try to kill and like try to push it off is on the demon, right? If I'm a minion, I never nominate here because my evil team is all still alive.
What about if you're a good
with
player
that
and
all
you're
being
about to lose the
said,
game?
Sam nominates Hob.
Why is no one nominating Rob?
Because there's 4 living players. Like I don't see a reason to kill here. I'd rather have the demon kill to narrow it down, and also I'd rather get fortune teller information tonight to help narrow it down myself.
All right, Hob, you are dead, but if you want to say anything while the votes are running, you're welcome to. It takes 2 votes to tie, and 3 votes to put your dead body up for execution. Starting now.
So
Just want to say
Sam
again that
is-
no living
is-
players voted on Sam.
Like the evil team is raising 2.
Yeah, if I screwed this up, I'm sorry.
I think there's a fair amount of dead
You didn't
evil.
screw it up, George.
I
it's
just
somebody dropped and somebody else didn't vote.
Yeah,
3 is enough.
Oh, I get to do this again.
Yes, Hob gets to redeem
I think
his
there's a lot of merit in taking it one more night.
skull modeling career. And with that, the day is over. But the game isn't yet. Good night.
Well,
this is fascinating. I don't know what Rob does here, and I'm excited to find out. And we've got a little bit of time, so let's actually talk. Ooh, okay. So George is clearly doing social work in town, so we're just gonna get George's choice this way. Actually, I think let's do the cards. Let's let the folks talk. Great. So Sam stays poisoned. Let's see who is killed. Kind of listen in a little bit to see what's going on as well. Or not, because apparently they're not talking about anything, which is fine. So Claire dies here, which I think is really interesting and really balanced. Let's go wake up Sam. See what he's thinking. Hey.
Oh, the really fun question. The really, really fun question. Do we do Rob and Ellen, or do we do Claire and Ellen? I think it's more likely that they'll kill... I think it's more likely that they kill Rob. No, I think it's more likely that they kill Rob over Claire, so we're gonna go for Claire and Ellen, please.
Claire and Ellen. You gotta know.
Thank you.
Good luck. Yeah, so that was a tricky one. I'm really enjoying these little private chats that are coming up here. I think the no there is helpful because it continues to push a world where, like, at least to Sam's perspective, that's more sober seeming information than not. And what's interesting, I don't know socially if people can really get behind a world of Amy, Rose, George, and Hob, but I think that's going to be a very appealing world to Sam specifically, and Sam is the player whose nomination matters for the good team today. What's really tough is that I think being an alive fortune teller in Final 3 is going to be a little bit tough for Sam because he needs to have social credit to have the good team vote with him. However, the evil team is currently down a vote. They only have 2 votes because Hob used his dead vote yesterday. Lorinda also used their dead vote yesterday, but it's still relatively balanced. I don't know if the good team will think that. I do think there is an aspect of Claire potentially starting to have social trust in Amy. I think a lot of people don't have social trust in Amy because their belief of how a Ravenkeeper might have played the beginning part of the game doesn't necessarily align with how Amy chose to play it, which is valid. But yeah, I'm going to be really interested to see how this day pans out and basically, yeah, what people decide to go for, who people decide to trust the most. I think there's maybe an aspect. I mean, Sam has already hit the nail on the head a little bit in saying he thinks Rob is going to die tonight. And like, if I'm Sam in that situation going, wait, I'm an alive fortune teller. I outed fortune teller like 3 days ago and I'm still alive. I might start to wonder, why am I still alive? Am I drunk? Am I poisoned? And in both of those worlds, it points towards Rob specifically being evil. So I think the correct world is there for Sam to find. It's not going to be easy to find, and he also needs to get social trust, but I think it's possible. And this is like the ultimate place that you want to be as the storyteller going into your final day. You want your evil team to have mechanical worlds, at least one, that seem viable and line up somewhat socially, that they can push where their demon is not the demon, which they absolutely have right now. And you also want good to have the tools to feel like they could have figured out the puzzle, which good has right now. So pretty happy with where we're at. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Let's wake him up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just 3 of you remain alive. And George is one of them. Claire died in the night.
Ah, shame.
Oh,
I picked Claire and Ellen last night. Looks like I guessed wrong for who they would kill out of Claire and Rob.
I assume you will know.
I did get a no.
So yeah, and yeah, I thought. Well, Claire's my master, but it's the final day, but it means I've only got 1 vote, which
correct.
should be enough. Should be enough.
Yeah, you don't want to have to vote twice on a day like this if you can avoid it.
Let's go around. I will start. Day 1, Amy Rose, Hob, yes. Day 2, Hob, George, no. Day 3, Lorinda, Claire, no. Day 4, Lorinda, George, yes. Day 5, Claire, Ellen, no.
Undertaker died before I could get any info.
Investigator, so Amy and Daniel as the spy.
Recluse.
Butler, Daniel was my first master, then Claire ever since.
Virgin, Hob nominated me, nothing happened.
Mayor. Sad.
No.
Chef with a 1.
Ravenkeeper.
Oh, librarian. So Rob as butler.
And who
Between
else?
Rob and Hob.
Richie died night 2, right?
Night 3, Ellen died first.
3.
But still,
Um,
that's a sad
interesting.
mayor.
Mm.
Sam,
very sad mayor.
you have conflicting information on Lorinda and George.
I do, yes, because I have a no on both George and Lorinda on nights 2 and 3 respectively, and then I have a yes on Lorinda George. The easiest way for that to make sense, just counting drunk or poisoning, is that George is the Scarlet Woman.
Yeah, that's annoyingly quite easy to build with what I've seen.
Also noting, I didn't pick Rob at all because I'm still kind of missing my red herring, which means that there's a decent likelihood that Rob is it, or if it's dead player.
Yeah, I mean, your information is a little tricky for me. Like, socially, I think I see a demon in Hob and Amy Rose, and I obviously don't think there's maybe Lorinda Starpass, but in that case, you had a no earlier, so.
Socially, you see a demon between Hob and myself, but yet socially, you've been saying for most of the game that that's not the case.
No, I say socially, I don't see a demon, but that's where the yes. Yeah, like I say, from day 1, I trusted you, Amy Rose.
I thought you said you did see a demon.
No, I think Hob is evil as a Baron.
Amy Rose, can I ask why you claimed Recluse? Like, Ravenkeeper day 1...
I didn't want to go straight into something that would be powerful. I thought I'd be something that isn't that exciting and therefore would fall under the radar to then make a better plan later, basically.
Okay.
It's a way to try things.
It's
fair.
I think I struggle. The last couple of nights, Sam's clearly been left alive as a viable demon candidate, but mid-game, you were fairly open, and given we're lacking any kind of drunkenness or poisoning, seemingly, that's a.
I was surprised that I'm very surprised that I survived here, but you're right. It would have been easiest to kill me. Honestly, the night Richie died is probably the best option.
Yeah, which is making me lean more towards Sam being evil. The information's almost too good, but it does pretty much point specifically at George being a Scarlet Woman.
I'm trying to work out whether Claire dying rather than Rob makes Rob more likely good or evil. Because you'd have thought, like, everyone was talking yesterday about Rob being a demon candidate rather than Claire. So, like, if you're trying to sell those people as being on the same team, wouldn't you kill Rob to sell a star pass to Claire?
I think Rob's the demon.
Right now, I can't pick between Rob and George. The only thing is that if it's not George, then I have to be drunk or poisoned.
I would specifically be the drunk in that world.
Yeah. I think...
Which means Baron Poisoner, but Baron Poisoner is a very real possibility.
I guess you could also have been poisoned, Claire.
I guess.
It's like I'm trying to think if Sam and George are evil together here. It would be Sam would need to be the demon with George because Sam is framing George.
I mean,
Also,
I
what
nominated Sam and he was on the block.
I
so-
don't think they're on this same team.
There is a world where Sam is the drunk
I
and
want to make
George
sure
is the
Lorinda
marionette.
can say what they want to say, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna start to push.
Just want to very quickly ask Jams to confirm one way or the other. If the recluse is sat between two evils, can it register differently for each evil for the chef number?
Yes, the recluse ability is checked uniquely in each instance of like where they're sat. So basically, if it's evil, recluse evil, the chef could get a 0, a 1, or a 2.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
Can I ask a storyteller question? Yeah. Just occurred to me. With the marionette and traveler, can you skip over the traveler to be a marionette neighbor?
The marionette placement is established during setup, and then the traveler, I would rule, joins the game after setup just to make it easier to conceive of. So the marionette, basically, it would be not super nice of me, but I could do it.
Yeah. Well,
scared of sitting next to that
I'm
recluse.
almost 100% sure I'm not the marionette because I'm conferred by a librarian, and I was so but that okay.
Unless I'm the drunk and saw butler.
I am gonna start to push you off for nominations. It's been a bit of a long day.
I'm gonna nominate Rob.
Okay.
So, yesterday we had Sam on the block, and to put it bluntly, the game didn't end one way or the other. Sam nominated, and we moved off it, which is a point in his favour. I think it is easier to build worlds with the information we've got if Rob is evil. I'm considering a world where it's like 2 star passes into Rob the spy. I think that is possible. But Sam just seems less plausible. His information is wonky though, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I think less likely demon counts it for me.
Rob?
Now I'm just thinking. I'm 100% sure Hob was a minion, and I'm just trying to find the other 2 evils around the circle. And unfortunately, I cannot rule out both Sam and George being an evil team together. And it's like it feels like. Yeah, but I'm just the butler. This is a bad choice.
All right. It takes 2 votes to put Rob up for execution. Starting now.
Yeah, I do think it's a bold choice for Hob, who I think is a minion, with George to put Sam on the block.
Oh dear.
2 is enough. Rob is on the block.
I'm dropped.
Well, I'm gonna defer my nomination to Claire, who Claire wants to vote on, because that's. Yeah.
Oh, I'll vote on whoever you. I'll facilitate your vote.
Fine.
Don't worry about that. I'm lean. I don't know. There's so little info to choose between the 2 of them. I am probably leaning towards them both being evil. So
yeah, but I'm gonna hope that they're not on the same team and go for Sam.
Do you want me to nominate first, Rob? I'm pretty happy to nominate George here. I think I'm of the opinion that George is the demon here. But do you want me to nominate first so that you had the freedom to later, or to nominate me later?
I'm worried about because my vote is inherently linked to Claire's dead vote. So if your nomination goes, and you are the demon,
that doesn't really matter the order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last call.
I'm gonna nominate Sam. I'm gonna nominate Sam.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you want to say before we?
No, I think we've gone over.
Sam?
Yeah, I'm not the demon. My information is a little wonky, but the true world, if we don't believe in me being drunk, just makes sense of it being Amy Rose and George the Scarlet Woman. Yeah, I feel like I've said all that I can say. The only thing else I'll say is that I have had a claim. I have stuck to that claim. I have stuck to my information despite parts of it being wonky. If I was going to lie about it, I feel like I would have lied about it differently.
All right. It takes 2 votes to tie and 3 votes to put Sam up for execution. Starting.
Also, Claire, if I was a demon, why would I have not said that you're a marionette? I said it to Ellen.
This is true.
Come on,
Good
Claire.
luck, Hob.
I'm not the demon, genuinely.
Good luck,
I
Rena.
said I would facilitate Rob's vote. So.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, but you've done that. Your hand was up when Rob voted. You
4
can then drop
votes is enough.
We
Just
can't beat
quickly
this without.
check. I don't
without
think they
it
can.
can't be because of
1, 2,
because of the butler thing. It can't be.
Yeah. That.
I won't vote for myself.
Yeah, I was gonna ask George. All right. So Sam, you are executed.
GG, George.
And you die. And a crystal ball clatters to the ground out of Sam's pocket. For
I
the
cannot
evil
believe you
team
won that.
Has won.
I cannot believe you
Good
won
luck,
that.
Hob.
Well, let's start with some things that you know, which is that you have just killed Sam, your fortune teller, who did live for 5 days. But we'll get back to that. Ellen was your very sad undertaker who was sniped the first night, in spite of the fact that this is not a spy game, which was incredible because at the time the demon said to me, I think Ellen's claiming monk, so I'm going to kill her to make it look like a spy game. And then they left and went back to the town, and I was like, little do you know how much you have just made it look like a spy game. And then that continued, because there's also a poisoner in this game, and they targeted Richie the mayor. So Richie died on the second night because he was poison killed, which just made it look even more like a spy game. Amy Rose is your Raven Keeper, who tried so many things to try and get killed, and then basically was killed, but not in the way that she hoped as a result. Amy was also Sam's red herring, which is why Sam got a yes on the first night on Amy. And Hob the Baron, who I think some people... Hob was the Baron. Yes, Hob was in fact the Baron. And Hob was next to Daniel, the Recluse. Lorinda the Chef received a Chef 1. And that brings us to the 3 people who are left. George is your evil poisoner who, as soon as Sam outed that he was the fortune teller, decided to poison Sam for the rest of the game. And that leaves Rob, your imp, who was seen by Claire, the drunk librarian, to be the butler.
Yep.
And took that and ran with it. I did not know if that would work out. I did not plan that as a thing to be like, oh, you should do this. But the bluffs were investigator, empath, and butler. Claire saw a butler between Rob and Hob because it rhymed. And Rob took butler, and that worked out, I think, incredibly in his favor. Birdie, our traveler, was in fact a good scapegoat and had the town decided to execute Amy that day, / if the day had gone a little bit longer, I would have absolutely saved Amy with Birdie's scapegoat ability. I didn't have to, but I did make Birdie good in no small part, because if Birdie had been evil, the real chef number could have been a 4.
I believed the 3 full-heartedly.
Yeah.
So when 3 caused me so much panic when I thought I was the marionette at the beginning.
Oh yeah, that should be said, that at the beginning of the game, Sam, as soon as Sam picks Amy and Hob on the first night, gets a yes and goes, oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna tell Claire and Ellen that they're the marionette. And this will work so well, because if and so the first person Sam talks to is Hob, who goes, this is the and Hob is just like immediately, yes, I'm in. So then Hob goes to Ellen and has this whole conversation where Ellen refuses to believe him. Yeah, it was a good time. But yes, that was our game of Trouble Brewing plus a marionette. I think that was honestly, like, I want to give a shout out to George in particular as a minion, because that was some phenomenal social play throughout the game to just spin.
Yeah, well done. I mean, I knew I had the right demon. I didn't have you as a minion. And so that's where when you, we just didn't get the hands on Rob,
That was like
we were
part of the
I'm voting
problem.
because it's not enough. I was like,
Yeah.
and then Sam dropped as well.
I still thought I was your marionette right to the end, Amy.
I just looked over at chat and it's just like 10 people just going 4. 4.
I promise. I was quite happy with how I was coming across, but I also wasn't doing that in a way that stopped Rob being a demon candidate at all. I was trying to work out how to not vote for him at the end, and I couldn't find it in the end.
No, on that final day, I was like, I'm happy to go for either Sam or George. I don't think it's Rob, so I was.
I was convinced it was Rob for the past 2 days, and no one else was.
I should have gone my gut on day 1 when I said that Rob wasn't confirmed by outsider count.
Oh yeah, can we talk for a second
Absolutely.
about how close that game was to just being a day
Oh,
one
yep.
redraft?
Yeah.
Lest people forget.
Yeah, I was like, oh
that
yeah, Bertie's clearly
Bertie
outed to
voted
Rob.
at
This
the
is
last
fine.
minute, and Rob had already had his hand up, and so it was just like, oh no, like it was very clear to me and to chat that
Yeah.
Rob did not mean to vote at himself, and then they had to somehow find their way out of 7 votes on the demon on day 1. That was
I loved
unreal.
it.
It was so stressful.
Yep.
Yes.
At that
You
moment, it
told
was.
me on day 1 that you'd kill Rob so that to prove that I was not actually the monk and I was the marionette.
Oh yeah,
And
that
then
was
he's
also
like-
good. There's a whole chat where Hobbs like, yeah, like, oh, you're the monk, great, protect, who are you gonna protect? Ellen goes, Rob, and he goes, great, I'll kill Rob, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be fun. Awesome.
That was
that
a
was
great
good.
game. Thanks everyone.
That was really, really fun. Yeah, it was just a normal game of TB after all. No marionettes here.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go hide in a hidey hole with chat for a moment to say goodbye. But yeah, thank you all so much for playing, and I'll see you over on
Yeah, I was
TPI and or
convinced-
next week.
That
See you
Jack
soon.
All right, that was a load of fun. Yeah, great play by everyone. I am gonna send you all over to the Pandemonium Institute stream now, where Kohav is gonna be running, I think, a player perspective and then running a game. And I might see some of you over there in between the games in 2 hours ish, give or take, because I'm gonna be talking about some of the new character updates that we have released as a company. For those of you that haven't seen, we've put them on, there's a new page on our wiki, a changelog page, where you can go and see about all the updates that we're making to some of our experimental characters. It's also available on our social media and posted in the unofficial Discord server experimental updates channel. So if you want to hear more about those and some of the reasoning behind them, you can catch me over there in a few hours. But yes, have so much fun with whatever you're doing for the rest of your day or night, and I will see some of you over on TPI in a little bit. Thank you all for watching. Cool. Now comes the fun part where I try and do a bunch of things at once and forget which things I have to do in what order. We're nailing it. Alrighty. See you all later.